Hey guys, welcome back to High Yield Intraday Trading. I hope every one of you is doing good. So before we start discussing today's topic, let me request you all to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button here. Once you click on it, you will get the confirmation on the left bottom corner. Post you subscribe to my channel, also make sure to press the bell icon and click on all. You will get the confirmation on the left bottom corner so that whenever I upload a video, you get the notification about the same without any misses. Also, I would request you all to subscribe to my Telegram channel with the name HYIT Intraday Calls because I share a lot of things over there and it might be helpful to you in some way or the other. All right. So, stop loss, a big topic, a very important topic, a very important action, I would say, that makes sure that your capital is intact and that when it is hit, you should face the minimum losses. Well, all these things sound good, but when it comes to practical implementation of the stop loss, many of us do simple or small mistakes, but we fail to realize that these simple mistakes can cost us really bad in the long term. Simply putting the stop loss is not sufficient. Just because you have a stop loss does not mean that the stop loss that you have put is right. Okay, so in this video, please allow me to mention some pointers that might help you to understand stop loss better. And please understand that this video is not about how to put the stop loss or where to put the stop loss. This video is to let you know the right things about stop loss and what I'm actually talking about. You will get to know once we start discussing about this topic. Okay, so many of the traders follow different time frames when they trade, and again, let me mention it here that we will restrict this discussion for only day trading. So when I say different traders use different time frames, what I mean is one guy might be comfortable trading the 5 minutes time frame, another guy might be comfortable trading the 15 minutes time frame, some other guy might be trading in a 1 minute time frame as well, and so on and so forth. So the question is, if I am trading in a 15 minutes time frame, do I follow only the 15 minutes time frame to set the stop loss, or can I follow some other time frame to set the stop loss? Now, the answer to this question is simple and straight. If you are following the 15 minutes time frame to take the trades, then your stop loss should also be set according to the 15 minutes time frame only. It should not be the case that you follow the 15 minutes time frame to take the entry, but to set the stop loss you follow the 5 minutes time frame. That is wrong. That is a blunder. I hope you understand that. Okay, and you will see this being done by multiple traders, and the sole reason why they do it is to decrease the stop loss, to decrease the stop loss value. Now, this is not the right way to decrease your stop loss. Okay, stop loss is meant for a reason. So you cannot force it to be decreased in a wrong way. Stop losses stands justified only if they are placed properly at the right place, following the right time frames and by following the right technicals. So basically, we need to understand the fact that the time frame that you are referring to enter a trade, the same time frame should be used to set the stop loss as well. So let me give an example and explain this to you. Okay. So let's say that you are using super trend as your technical to make your entry as well as to set your stop loss. For this video, let's say that the super trend changed the trend from a downtrend to uptrend and you took a long position in the trade. Okay, and you set the super trend to be the stop loss as well, and you are following the 15 minutes time frame to decide all these factors. Now, in the 15 minutes time frame, let's say that your entry price was at 550 rupees and the stop loss that is sorry, the stop loss, that is the super trend line, is at 545. Okay, so your stop loss in the 15 minutes time frame will be 545 and your entry was at 550 rupees. But if you see this same scenario in a 5 minutes time frame, the super trend line will be more closer to your entry point. It will be more closer to the 550 rupees, which is your entry point. I mean, it's very obvious, right? The charts gets squeezed in lower time frames, so will be the stop loss line as well. It might be at 546 or it might be at 547 as well. So your stop loss becomes 546 or 547 if you follow the 5 minutes time frame, which according to me is a very tight stop loss for a 500 rupees script. If you remember, your entry was at 550 rupees. So 546 or 547, I would consider that to be a very, very tight stop loss. Okay, so just setting the stop loss is not the point. You need to give the right space to the stop loss as well, so that if the stock price comes down, it gets a good space to take a support and move up again in your anticipated direction. And since we are talking about stop losses here, let me also remind you that having a tight stop loss is not a heroic move, as many of the other guys keep saying that I put a tight stop loss and see the stop loss was not hit. See, from my perspective, there cannot be anything called as a tight stop loss. I mean, how do you even define it? Can anyone tell me about that? Okay, so please stay away from such things or from such fancy wordings, as they will not serve any good purpose anyways. Okay, so this was the first point. Please make sure that you set the stop loss using the same time frame using which you have made the entry. If you have initiated the trade using the 15 minutes time frame, then use the 15 minutes time frame to set the stop loss as well. As simple as that. Okay, now another perspective of getting confused with the stop loss, if you switch from 15 minutes to a 5 minutes time frame, is that it might be the case that in the 5 minutes time frame the super trend changes the trend, but when you see the 15 minutes time frame, the trend might be still intact. What I mean to say is, if you have taken a long position depending on a 15 minutes time frame and you are using the 5 minutes time frame to set your stop loss, then things can get a little confusing here. Because as I said, in the 5 minutes time frame, super trend might show that the trend is reversed, which is actually not the real thing, because the trend is still intact in the 15 minutes time frame. And when it comes to the lower time frame and the higher time frame, we always should be relying more on the higher time frame. Okay, and these kind of things keep happening on the charts day in and day out. So if you are not able to sync properly between these time frames, then you will surely have a tough time trading intraday. Yeah, so basically when you will see that the trend is changing in the 5 minutes time frame, you will surely have the panic trigger, and this panic of yours will surely affect your capability to decide on the stop loss levels if you are following the 5 minutes time frame to decide your stop loss. But if you are in the 15 minutes time frame, you won't panic because the trend is intact, and also you have a clear stop loss that does not need to be changed at all. So you just sit back and watch the trade. Okay, now coming to the last talk in regards to stop loss, many people have a query that, is it really important to set a stop loss, a physical stop loss in the system when we trade intraday, or is it also fine to have a mental stop loss? Well, in my perspective, my answers will differ for the new, the intermediate, and the experienced traders. For the guys who are new to trading, or for the guys who are in the intermediate phase, I would strongly suggest them to set a physical stop loss when they take up a trade. And for the experienced ones, it depends from trader to trader. Either they can have a physical stop loss or a mental stop loss. Both works just fine. But the most important thing to note here is, when you are putting the mental stop loss, you need to be sure about your mental health. Okay, I mean, you need to be mentally very strong. If you have thought that you will square up your position at a particular price, then you need to square it up when that price level is met. It should not be the case that you start hoping or praying when the price point is reached. Okay, so if you are mentally that strong, then you can surely go for a mental stop loss, or else just go for a physical stop loss without any second thoughts. Okay, and for the guys who don't trust on mental stop losses, you might have a question, what is a mental stop loss? I mean, stop losses are something that we put on the system itself. Okay, we put a physical stop loss, we mention a price. So what the hell is a mental stop loss? No, that is not the case. Okay, so that is why I have mentioned, for the guys who don't trust on mental stop losses, please be informed that there are many successful traders who work with mental stop losses, yet they are superb traders. Okay, so everything depends on your head, everything depends on your mind, on your mindset. Okay, when it comes to intraday trading, right? So, having all these things said, I hope that it would bring in some worth to your learning curve when it comes to intraday trading. Okay, so that's all. That's it from my end, guys. And for the guys who have not watched my previous video, I have put in the video card on the top right corner of this video. The I symbol that you see there, you can click on it and watch my previous video. Okay, and as always, would request you all to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also please don't miss the ending of this video, as you might get some more information about HYIT that might be helpful to you in some way or the other. And please feel free to ask your questions or queries, if any, in the comment section, and I will surely reply back to them. And also, please do not forget to like this video if you liked it. So that's all from my end, and I will see you all later. Hope you all will stick back. Happy trading and take care of yourselves. Bye bye.